Hello! If you don't know me yet, I'm Rebecca. I'm a speech-language pathologist, author, and accent coach. And I'm going to show you what over 10,000 of my past students have learned about vowels. So let's dig into the vowels so it's clear. Starting with oo versus The oo sound, it's found in words like you, to, and do. On the IPA chart, you can find that here. The IPA chart shows you where the middle of your tongue should be positioned in your mouth to create a specific vowel sound. Here you can see that the oo sound, that tongue position is really high in the mouth and further back. The jaw is apart. Ooh, ooh. When looking at the tongue, the back of the tongue is really high in the mouth. But one part that you can focus on to ensure great pronunciation of this sound, focus on a smaller circle for your lips. Ooh, ooh. Let's practice. You do. You do it too. Sue, you can do it too. Now let's compare that with the sound or the upsilon sound. You can find this sound in words like look, good, put, and would. On the IPA vowel chart, you can see that the middle of the tongue is a bit more relaxed and lower than the oo. The jaw for this sound is very much in a similar position as oo, but it also is a bit more relaxed and closer to kind of a neutral position. Ooh, The tongue essentially is in a more relaxed or lower position than oo. The lips are also much more relaxed and neutralized. So if you think of oo as a small circle lip rounding, think of as a medium circle of lip rounding that's a bit more relaxed. Let's practice. Look. Looks good. That book looks good. If you want intense practice of the oo versus to get you to conversational mastery, you can find that exact practice in my course. Now on to the I versus E. The E sound. This symbol sounds like E. It's found in words like see, me, and tree. On the IPA chart, you can see it very, very high in the mouth, and it's actually quite forward in the mouth. When you say this sound, feel how tense that middle of your tongue goes up towards the roof of your mouth and how it feels kind of tense. E. The jaw is closed to help press your tongue higher. The tongue is very high and tense and forward. Your lips for this sound are spread in a very tense smile position. E. So let's practice. See. See me. Did you see me climb that tree? Now let's move on to I. One of my very recent students struggled in a big way, being able to compare the I sound as in it versus the E vowel as in eat, because unfortunately he was taught a very common myth that they're just longer and shorter versions of the same sound. If you were taught this, no wonder you continue to struggle with your pronunciation. If I were to follow this logic, these words sit and seat should have the same vowel, only one is long, one is short. And that would mean they sound like seat and seat. But in reality, they are entirely different tongue positions. Sit, seat. No matter how long I make that vowel, they sound different. So now you understand that focusing on long versus short vowel length is not going to improve your clarity speaking English, but rather your tongue and your lip and jaw positions will. And now you're officially ahead of most English learners. Congratulations. This symbol sounds like It's found in words like it, in, and his. The I vowel sits just below the E vowel. This is what we call a lax vowel. It means that the tongue is slightly more relaxed than the E vowel. The jaw is slightly closed for this sound as well. The tongue is slightly lower and relaxed than the E, but not so low that it sounds like eh. Now that might sound confusing, but just think of it like E and your tongue is slightly lazy. The lips are also slightly more relaxed than E. Eh. E. Eh. Let's practice. It. It is. It is in. It is in his office. IPA, or the International Phonetic Alphabet, is a phenomenal tool to help you visually identify vowel differences. And at the end, I'll share with you some amazing tools to help you hear and differentiate these vowels. Now let's move on to versus You might be thinking, wait, did she just say two sounds that are exactly the same? Well, possibly. We'll talk about that. This first sound is in words like sun, truck, love, and gum. The sound is in the middle of the chart, and that means it's more neutral or sitting in the middle of your mouth. So do nothing with your tongue and you'll kind of have this sound. The tongue, it's in the middle of the mouth in a really relaxed position. It is slightly more back in the mouth, but truly the focus should be on how high and low you get your tongue. So if you focus on that into a neutral position, you'll get the sound. Your lips are also going to be in a neutral position, so no smile, no rounding. Let's practice. Sun. Lovely sunshine. What lovely sunshine. Now let's compare this symbol with the schwa. Is the schwa sound. And it sounds nearly the same as Speakers really can't differentiate that difference between the two. They're so close, despite being slightly further back in the mouth. The distinguishing factor here is that the schwa only occurs in unstressed syllables and in words when those words are unstressed. So the schwa is produced in a quicker way because it's in reduced syllables. It's almost like the vowel can kind of sound like it's gone altogether. The schwa is found in words like family, focus, ago. Notice the schwa occurs in the unstressed syllables. On the IPA chart, it sits here kind of in the middle. The jaw is neutral. The tongue is neutral. The lips are neutral. So let's practice the schwa sound. It's a very quick yoga. I'm focusing on yoga. Focus on family. So again, rather than fully pronouncing all of the vowels, the unstressed vowels became kind of like a schwa. If you found any of this useful, you can thank me with a little press of that like button. And if your goal is to improve your English, then definitely subscribe. Turn on the notifications to this channel, and you'll get all of the free lessons that I put out to help you achieve your English pronunciation goals. Now let's move on to the versus ah. This symbol sounds like this. Ah. And it's found in words like on, lot, and saw. On the IPA chart, this sound is very low. So to create the sound, we actually have to open our jaw to help our tongue go low, since the muscles of our tongue and the muscles of our jaw are attached. Where the jaw goes, the tongue goes. So for this sound, the jaw is open. Ah. The tongue is very low and back in the mouth. The lips are open wide. There's no tenseness in the lip position. It's very relaxed. Let's practice. Not. Not a lot. There are not a lot of pots in the kitchen. Now let's compare that with the sound. This is the symbol. It sounds like this. This sound is found in words like at, have, and map. On the IPA vowel chart, this ah sound is also very low, very similar to the ah. But in that chart, it's a bit more forward. It's very difficult for people to feel the difference of how forward and back the tongue is, but how low is a bit easier because your jaw is involved. The jaw is open. The tongue is very low and forward. And the lips are actually the best way to differentiate the ah from the ah, because the ah has a slightly more tense smile. Ah, ah. Let's practice. Have a nap. The cat will have a nap. Now let's compare the sound with a previous sound we've already discussed. The also called the carrot. We're going to compare this only because many people struggle with the difference between and So let's look at the sound specifically. This is the symbol, It's found in words like pet, let, or read and get. On the IPA vowel chart, the sound, it's in the middle, but it's more forward on the mouth. And it's kind of in that same height as the schwa and the The jaw is slightly open. It's not closed completely like but it's not as open as ah, somewhere in the middle. The tongue is in the middle of the mouth, but more forward. And the lips are kind of open. What I mean by that is the lips are not neutral, but they're not also as open as an ah. Think somewhere in the middle. So let's practice. Let the pet. Don't let the pet get out. Now let's compare with will have a completely neutral lip and a completely neutral jaw position. Will have a slightly open lip and slightly open jaw position. Nut, net. What, wet. Now let's compare with the O sound. This is the symbol of O. It sounds like this. O. You may also see the symbol like this, which honestly I feel is just much more representative of the sound, but they mean the same thing. This sound is found in words like know, go, and show. In the IPA chart, this O is found here in the back of the middle of the chart. The jaw is fairly neutral. The tongue is neutral, but farther back in the mouth. Overall, the lips are where you're going to focus your main effort and emphasis. The lips are rounded fully. So the main features of this vowel is that it has a neutral jaw and rounded lips. Oh. Let's practice. Don't know. I don't know if I'll go. I don't know if I'll go to the show. If you're still watching, you are my favorite type of student. Now you get to get the advanced knowledge. The term monophthong refers to vowels in English with one vowel sound or one tongue position. So for example, the word eat, the tongue stays in one position for that vowel, E. It doesn't move until you get to the consonant, eat. The term diphthong refers to vowels that have two sounds or two tongue positions. So for example, ate, as in I ate the apple, in past tense, ate. The tongue and the lips transition from one position to a second position. If you slow that word down, you can feel the transition. Ate. And when you speed it up, you can understand why it might have been difficult to hear that vowel change before. Ate. The IPA vowels, though, They clearly show you two symbols to help you identify that there are two vowels. Another reason why IPA is very helpful. There are also triphthongs in English where you can guess there are 3 vowel positions. A word like client or science are examples, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves. If you get confused about the pronunciation of the vowels in similar words like sit versus seat and pool versus pull, if so, you're not alone. Mispronunciations won't just cause you to be misunderstood, but they can destroy your confidence when speaking. The resources I love to use to compare different vowels are the interactive IPA charts. So you can go to a website like IPAchart.com and you can find interactive IPA charts where you can hear examples of the sounds and words with each. I find it really helpful for my students. And if you're thinking, I don't want to know every little thing about IPA, I just want to know what I need to know. If that's you, then definitely watch this video. It focuses on which sounds you should definitely know to speak English really clearly and confidently. Check this video out to find out which are the sounds you need to know. I'll see you there.